What you'll need is one yarn cake, and I used Scheepjes Whirl, but you can use any other fingering weight yarn, and you need one skein of white yarn, also fingering weight. For this yarn weight you will need crochet hook size E. We will start with a slip knot and we chain 4. Now we make 45 foundation double crochet stitches. So we yarn over, insert the hook in the first chain and pull up a loop. We yarn over and pull through one loop. Now we've made a chain in which we are going to work the next stitch. We yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we have a chain and a double crochet stitch. Now we make the second double crochet stitch, so we yarn over and insert the hook in the chain we just created. We pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1 loop to create another chain, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. This is what we will do for the entire row. We make 45 foundation double crochet stitches in total. If you're having difficulties with the foundation double crochet stitch, then you can also make 48 chains, turn your work and make 45 double crochet stitches on your way back. I just finished 45 foundation double crochet stitches. Row 2 till 199 is very simple. Just work 1 double crochet stitch in every stitch. When you turn your work, you normally would chain 3, which counts as the first double crochet stitch. I've learned another technique which will make the first stitch look like a normal double crochet stitch, and I will show you now. What we will do is we turn our work and we pull up a long loop, which is about the height of a double crochet stitch. Now hold the yarn with your finger, move your crochet hook like this and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we've made a stitch that looks like a normal double crochet stitch, and we continue working 1 double crochet stitch in every stitch until the end of row 199. When you finish row 199, you can cut the yarn and weave in the ends. You now need to work with this graph, which you can find on my blog. Just click on the link in my description. Basically every square stands for 1 double crochet stitch, and we will work 2 slip stitches in every double crochet stitch. We will make 1 slip stitch in the middle of the stitch and 1 on top of the stitch. But before we start, place a stitch marker in every first, last and crossing stitch. This will guide you when making the slip stitches. When you've placed all the stitch markers, it's time to slip stitch. Make a slip knot and put the yarn behind your work. Insert your hook in the first stitch from the front to the back and make a slip stitch. We just made the first slip stitch around the middle of the double crochet stitch, so now we will make the second slip stitch on top of the double crochet stitch. Insert the hook between the next 2 stitches, and then we are going to insert the hook on top of the second double crochet stitch. Do this for every stitch following the graph. It might be hard to see when you need to insert the hook, but once you've done it a few times, you will get used to it. If you're lost and don't know where to insert the hook, you can count the amount of stitches. Make sure to check every now and then if the line is still going straight. You can easily see if you made a mistake somewhere. And of course you need to end at the stitch markers. So if you don't end up at the stitch marker, you know you made a mistake somewhere. And the last slip stitch will be made on top of the double crochet stitch with the stitch marker. Another way to check if you did it correct is by counting the amount of slip stitches. As we have 45 rows and every stitch has 2 slip stitches, you need to have 90 stitches in total. Just continue slip stitching to the next stitch marker and I will see you at the end. I finished the first row of slip stitches all the way to the end. And now I'm going to start the second row of slip stitches. So again I will start in the first stitch. I'll make a slip knot, insert the hook in between the first 2 stitches and pull through. And then we insert the hook on top of the first double crochet stitch. And then in between the 2 stitches and on top of the second stitch. Continue working to the stitch marker at row 45. When you reach the stitch marker in the middle of a row, just work over the stitch and slip stitch in the same stitch. You will notice it will get easier after some practice. As you can see here, I made a mistake, and here you can see where I went wrong. I will just unravel and redo it. Don't worry, it happens all the time. You will get used to it. That's it, guys. I hope you like this pattern. Please give this video a like and leave a comment below. I'm very curious which yarn and colors you are going to use. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. It's free and this way you will get notifications about my new free crochet patterns. Hope to see you next time. Bye!